we have the problem of evil. Atheists have evil no problem. They can't say that evil actually exists because without God, if God does not exist, then we are nothing more than just a clump of cells, and there is no such thing as evil. You only know something is evil if you have good to compare it to. You only know something is right because you have a standard of right. If I have a piece of paper and I draw a crooked line, here's my crooked line. How great is that? How do you know this line is crooked? Only because in your mind, you know what a straight. You see a crooked line, you're immediately comparing it to the contrast of a perfect straight. The same happens in morality. We only know that something is evil and wrong because we have a transcendent standard to compare it to. If you do not believe in God, it is not right or wrong. It's nothing more than preference. Now, in my theology, I believe that you're able to choose. I do believe that we have agency. We have the ability to choose. We have free will. That individual woke up with the free will and used that free will to murder. That's evil. That's evil. We are appealing towards a transcendent truth standard. We have to explain the problem of evil. They have to explain everything else. If you are out there and you look at this and you are angry and you are mad and you are upset at this horrific act of evil, I would just say, how do you know it's evil? By what standard do you know is it evil? The atheist has to explain everything else around them. They have to explain it all, and they have to say, oh, it's all just an act of randomness. But if it's all just an act of randomness, then morality is just random. Charlie, how could you believe in God after this? How could you believe in God after this? The question that I would respond is, well, how can you not believe in a God that created the heavens and the earth? But if you don't believe in God, then you say evil's no problem. But if you are upset with it, you actually are implying that you believe in God. Are implying that you believe in God. You might be angry at God. You might be wrestling with God. You might be mad at God. You might think that God is unjust. That's a completely different thing. That's a completely different thing. Completely different thing. That's a completely different thing. Completely different thing. The problem of evil is one that we can only wrestle with because of God and our belief in God. And remember, Christianity is the answer to the problem of evil. There would be no need for Jesus to sacrifice himself for us if we had never sinned, if we had not contaminated this earth. Christ's work will ultimately fix all of the wrong. God created a good world. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Evil was not part of God's original design, but entered through human rebellion, as it says in Genesis 3. The source of evil is human rebellion. In Romans 5:12, therefore, just as sin came into the world through one man, and death through sin, and so death spread to all men, because all sinned. God does have sovereignty over evil. Evil exists, but it's not outside of God's control. He can overrule and redeem it at times. He allows it to happen. For example, in Genesis 50:20, one of my favorite verses, what the enemy went for evil, God will use it for good. The book of Job, the first book ever written, a book written actually before Genesis. We know that Satan is active, yet God sets the boundaries. This shows that while evil is very real, God bends it towards his perfect purposes. The cross is God's answer to evil, and this is why Christianity, the cross is the answer to evil. Atheists have no answer to evil. We have an answer to evil. And I don't want to discount the pain, the mystery, and the confusion that you might have around evil. But understand, it's because you know what is good, you're even able to articulate what is evil. The atheist dilemma is that if we're nothing more than just a bunch of particles and chemicals that have accidentally evolved over millions of years, what is your morality? It must come through revelation above reason. The problem should be reframed. It should not be, why does evil exist? Instead, it should be, what has God done about it? And the cross is the answer to that.